Last week, we told you about how page speed is super important to user experience and getting your dealership to rank higher in search results. Now let's explore 3 valuable tools that can help you assess your page speed and identify red flags. We introduced Google's Page Speed Insights as one of the most popular ways to understand page performance. Why is it so popular? Well, the goal is to rank higher in Google, and Google's telling us exactly what it wants from our page performance. That's pretty invaluable information, and it's super easy to access. Not only is it available on Google's website, but if you're a Chrome user, you can access it from the Developer Console window. And on top of that, they even have a Google Chrome extension that you can install so you can access your page speed insights right from the click of a button. Don't feel like installing yet another extension? Well, don't worry about it. If you're a Chrome user, it's already available to you in the Developer Console window. All you need to do is make sure that your developer tools are enabled in your browser settings, and then right-click and select Inspect Element. That'll open up your Developer Console window, or you can press Command-Option-J on Mac or Control-Shift-J on Windows. Not even sorry. Once you're in the Developer Console window, it's pretty easy to find the Lighthouse tab. Once the window is open, simply navigate to the Lighthouse tab and select the options you want, then click Generate Report. One of the added benefits of using Lighthouse is the additional reporting it provides. In addition to performance, there are 4 other key areas. Right under performance, you're going to have Progressive Web App. This tests to ensure the web application can reach anyone on any device with a single code base. Then you're going to have Best Practices. This tests to make sure that the page meets best practice security standards. Then you have Accessibility. This tests to make sure that your page is optimized for the visually and hearing impaired. And last but not least is SEO. This tests to make sure that your site meets baseline optimization factors. These reports can show you even more insights and tips to improve your SEO value on your page. It's a good idea to run both Lighthouse from your browser and Page Speed Insights from Google's website for comparison. It may take a minute or 2 to run your Page Speed Insight report and receive your results, but once you do, you'll see an overall score and a breakdown of test results. This information, along with the loading screenshots, can help illuminate potential speed bumps in your page's load time. For example, you may have a large image at the top of your page that's taking a while to load, like a site banner or a carousel slider, or you might have some JavaScript that's preventing the page from loading, or maybe your server's just slow from the copious amounts of traffic you're getting. Not a bad problem to have, really. Either way, this will get you pointed in the right direction to fix it. You may have noticed that this report covers scores from both mobile and desktop. Just keep that in mind as we go through the insights in this report. And remember, mobile first as we go through the optimization process. The first section in the report is what Google calls lab data. These are the standards that Google will grade your page speed on and include first contentful paint is the time it takes for the first image or text to be rendered on the screen. Speed index is the time it takes for visual elements on the page to render, but this doesn't really include scripts in the footer. It's just the content at the top. Largest contentful paint is the time it takes for the largest area of text or image to be rendered. Time to interactive is the time it takes for the page to become fully interactive. Total blocking time is the total intermittent time between first contentful paint and time to interactive. Cumulative layout shift tests for movement of the content within the viewport. That's the content viewing area. You may have noticed that most of these checkpoints are focused on when content is being loaded on the page. Like we covered in the last episode, Google wants to be able to crawl your site faster. So the faster it can start seeing content, the better. To do so, we want to ensure that anything that keeps the content from loading, or that is render blocking, to a minimum, and load anything that's not essential after the essential content's loaded. The 2 major checkpoints that you want to pay attention to are largest contentful paint and total blocking time. These 2 factors make up for a whopping 50% of your overall score, 25% each. Your aim should be to keep your LCP under a 2-second load time and your total blocking time under 300 milliseconds. The opportunity section is really where the meat and potatoes of this report are. This is where you're going to find areas of improvement that directly affect your page speed, as well as a description on how to improve them with links to further explanation. For now, I encourage you to run this report and pay close attention to this section. Though the factors in this section don't really affect your score, they can be helpful in pinpointing problem areas and informing optimizations. You can also cross-reference this report with a GTmetrix analysis to give yourself a more complete understanding of your page speed. Though GTmetrix won't give you the separation of mobile and desktop, it will give you an in-depth understanding of your load order, as well as other opportunities. GTmetrix measures a lot of the same points as PageSpeed Insights, but on a different scale and in much greater detail. Be sure to join us next week when I'll be giving you 5 actionable tips to improve your site's performance.